Welcome to the Queen of Awakening podcast, where you can learn how to leverage your energy for thriving relationships, better vitality, and more prosperity. Hosted by Jessie Cole. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the evolution of individual consciousness and the collective consciousness. I'm going to start off by covering a model known as spiral dynamics. It was actually the brainchild of Professor Clare Graves. He was a professor of psychology that lived in America, and he came up with this idea in the 1960s. He was very curious, and he asked himself this question: what is healthy, mature human behavior? I'm sure you've asked yourself, why on earth can people not see things from my point of view? And after learning about spiral dynamics, it became very clear to me that some people's consciousness has not evolved to the point to be able to relate to what you're saying. They have not learned how to understand things from your point of view. And that's okay. Once you learn this model, you'll be able to relate better to people that are at a lower tier of the spiral dynamics. Now, I want to say that doesn't mean that you're better than them, or if somebody's higher than you, that they're better than you. It's just a way of looking at and understanding the world. When Professor Graves started this process, it was not called spiral dynamics. There were actually a couple of other people that followed in his footsteps. There was Dr. Don Beck, Christopher Cohen, and Ken Wilber, and all of these people got together and collaborated and coined this term, spiral dynamics. Today, I just want to give you a brief overview on the 8 different colors that are in the spiral. And then later on down the road, we will go in depth, starting with blue. It starts off beige, it goes to purple, red, blue, orange, green, yellow, and then turquoise. Now the colors beige through green are in tier 1, and the colors yellow and turquoise are on tier 2, and that's more systems thinking. Another thing to note is as you move from one color to the other, it starts off where beige is oriented with the self. As you move to purple, it becomes more about the clan, the collective. You go back to red and it's more about yourself. You go to blue and it's more about the collective, and it goes back and forth. The pendulum swings back and forth as you move through the different colors. Now, those in level beige are at the level of survival. This can be a baby, a child that is learning development. It can also be about somebody that might have some developmental disabilities, where it's just going out and feeling out the world and really focused on themselves. People in beige are just satisfying their primary basic urges. It's more living in the moment, not really having a lot of forward thinking. A lot of the behavior in beige is instinctive, and they're just trying to fill their survival urges. Now we transition to purple. This is more tribal, more spiritual. This is magical thinking. A lot of the purple, you can think of Native American cultures where they had spirits like the spirit in the sky and the spirit of corn and the spirit of the water, the spirit of the air. And it's very clan-like. If you are asked to leave the group, you would perish. Your whole sense of self is derived from this group that you are part of. The worldview of purple is the world is frightening, it's magical, you have to make sure that the spirits are happy. This is where some sacrifices came in, things along that line. There's a lot of family and clan-like bonds that are forged in this group. Then we go to red, and that becomes more individualistic again on the other side of the pendulum. The values of red are egocentric, they will exploit people. The worldview of red is the world is a jungle, only the strongest will survive. Somebody that has a lot of the level of red in them will assert their dominance. They are power hungry. They want it, and they want it right now. They have a very top-down organization, the strongest on top, winner takes all. Their leadership style is they lead like a commander. They also expect loyalty and respect. Now the pendulum swings back to blue. Blue values order, morality. Now I want to make it clear that not anybody is one particular color. People have different levels within themselves. You can be like 25% blue, 50% orange. So don't think that, you're stuck in one particular level. An example of blue would be organized religion, the black and white thinking. People that are in the blue part of the spiral, they think that the world is an orderly place. It's controlled by God, and right is right and wrong is wrong, and you're either right or you're wrong. There's not a lot of gray area in between. If somebody is in the blue paradigm, they respect authority, they follow the rules, they act accordingly. If you're at the blue level of spiral dynamics, you're very trustworthy, you're straightforward, you have a strong sense of discipline probably. People that are on the blue part of the spiral lead by example. They love leadership. They like to be leaders. A lot of people also like to have specific leaders to tell them what to do. Sometimes they don't like to think outside of the box. Now the pendulum swings the other way to orange. This is a really individualistic part of the spiral. They value strive, they value drive, they want you to strive for things. They want you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is the level of capitalism. This is where we go out and we seize the day, we work for what we want, we put in the 9 to 5. People are all about working more overtime in order to get things done. People in the orange spiral think that the world is full of opportunities and possibilities. All of these opportunities can bring some prosperity. People that are in the part of the orange spiral want to see results. They want to move forward. This is where the scientific method came from. They want to go out and test the theories. They want to use trial and error to get things done. Orange is strategic, profit-driven, and very competitive. Orange's leadership style is competitive, entrepreneurial, focused on the results, focused on profits. Now the pendulum swings over to green. The green part of the spiral, you can visualize hippies, yoga practitioners, people that practice yoga. They value equality, harmony. People that have most of their consciousness evolved to a level of green think that the world can be full of harmony, that there's enough for everybody. They often think that everybody can find harmony and peace through sharing and affiliation with each other. People that have a lot of green within them on the spiral think that you can address human needs by affiliation and emotions in order to become fully human. The learning style of people with a lot of green uses observing, introspection, feeling, and relating to others in a sensitive way. People that have a lot of their spiral in green are sensitive to others. They're caring. They care about the environment. They care about animals. This is where PETA comes from. They're compassionate, open, and relativistic. When it comes to an organizational design, they are very equally minded. They can have teams of individual professionals, and it's very bottom up. They welcome all contributions from everybody. The leadership style of somebody that has a lot of green within them. They are a people person, they're good listeners, they're connectors, they're good at working with a group. They're good at establishing consensus, and they're process oriented. Now to yellow, this is actually tier 2 when you get to yellow. All the other colors are tier 1. The values of somebody that resides in yellow in the spiral are systemic, integral, and transcendent. Their worldview is the world is a complex, self-organizing natural system that requires integral solutions. If you've reached the yellow tier, you want to search for independence. You want to find a niche that will help you live in alignment with what you consider to be your life's purpose. Somebody in tier 2 in the yellow, they have an eclectic learning style. They're able to design new models, but they can also build upon already existing models and try to tweak them so that they help them in their own way or make them better for others. The qualities of somebody that is in yellow are they're creative, they're innovative, they're visionary, and they've transcended their ego or started to transcend their ego. People in yellow are also able to think in a complex way. Somebody in yellow likes a network of independent thinkers that have a visionary leader telling them what to do, or perhaps they are the visionary leader. Their leadership style is clear, open-minded, critical yet constructive. There's no hidden barbs within their constructive criticism. They can have transcendent vision and purpose-driven objectives. And now we come to turquoise. Turquoise values are holistic, synergistic, and cosmic. The worldview of somebody in turquoise is that the world is a network of delicately balanced, interweaving forces. People in turquoise like to join with other like thinkers from a holistic and transpersonal level because they realize that energetic connections are necessary to experience unity and wholeness. Their learning style is they've integrated the cognitive, the emotional, instinctive, energetic, and the spiritual learning. Qualities of somebody that has reached the level of turquoise is they see the world and the cosmos as one. A lot of times they will be working to solve global issues. They oftentimes serve humanity, and they're very compassionate. For an organizational design, they're good at balancing and doing exactly what is needed in the context of whatever it is that needs to be done. And finally, their leadership style. They serve the greater good. They do what needs to be done. They are energetically connected to and attuned with all life. They can translate complex issues so that individuals can understand it. Now, these are the 8 different levels of the spiral. Just know that it is possible to skip over levels and not integrate them fully. So beware, there is a shadow side. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Feel free to check out my website at jessiecolewellness.com. I have coaching sessions available, one-on-one coaching. I have a Reiki training program available. I also am an emotion code practitioner, and I can do one-on-one sessions. I can do distance sessions where we pull up something on Zoom or Facebook Messenger, and I can work with you over distances. You can check out my YouTube channel, my podcast. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you tuning in, and you have a blessed day. See you next time.